Welcome to A Million Stories. We are sitting in we've just been joking saying the Dutch bush.
Yes, it is.
And I'm sitting here with Hanne Tersmette.
Yes,
hi, Hanne.
Hi. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Cool.
Hanne and I met indirectly through my husband because he has a marketing company, and Hanne actually studied marketing,
Yes.
but clearly
long time ago. Yes.
But she hasn't carried on with that, and that's why we're here to find out her story. So I think I'm going to start there because we don't find out too much before we speak to our guests. But so you studied marketing.
Yeah, communication I studied in the University of Amsterdam. And I work a lot by Camille in a marketing company with direct sales. And it was a really tough world with targets and bonus, and you must score things. And I like it very much, but later I guess no, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. So tell me, let's go back now. So if you don't mind me asking, how long ago was it that you studied?
I guess I studied when I was 18.
Okay.
Till 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then I work by a commercial company with PR and advertising.
Mm-hmm. Another very crazy world.
Yes, very hectic. How do you say it?
Yeah, hectic.
Hectic world. It was also very nice, and I learned a lot. But it was hard working for for what? There is no. I sell chips or or cigarettes, and I thought, is this what I wanted to do the rest of my life?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't.
Yeah. So at what stage in the PR company did you realize that you didn't want to do that?
No, it was real soon. When I leave the university, I work in advertising for a year, and I thought, I don't know. So I switched to the PR, and first I thought, it's better because you are not selling things, but you must try to get it in the media, and it was strategic.
Yes. And you still had your goals and your targets.
Yeah, you have, but it was the first period. It was very nice, and I go a lot with journalists and try to get things in the newspaper or something. But 9 months. It was 9 months. I remember it. I thought, no, it's not my thing. Don't want to do this the rest of my life. And in the company, it was how do you say it? Not there were not a lot of clients, so the company slinks, and I think that's the
company time. What?
It was. How do you say it? It's.
I'll say it in Dutch and then.
Het ging niet zo goed met het bedrijf.
It wasn't going well with the company.
Yes, that's the word. And we talked, and I say, okay, I leave the company and I go to do something I really like.
And so, okay, you say that very easy. So I'm going to leave the company. I'm going to go and do something I like. And here we are, we're sitting in the forest, in the woods. So
it sounds weird, I guess, but there was an insecure time, but it was, I saw a vacature,
a job advertisement.
A job, yes, by Natuurmonumenten on another place than I work now. And I thought, I would like to do that job because I love the nature. And since I was a little kid, I go with my parents to the woods and looked at the birds. And so I was, that's my thing. I want to do something with it. I want to do something what's about it, something.
You want to learn more and...
Yes. And I go there with my solicitation paper.
With your CV, yeah?
Yes, with my CV. And I brought it by myself because I think, I don't have a green CV. So I am from marketing. They don't want me.
Yeah.
But they invited me for the procedure, for the interview. And I don't get the job the first time. So I was second. There was one better than me. So shit, yeah. So I work further in the marketing of in the PR company, and then I get a phone call from Natuurmonumenten that they have the same job, but on another place.
Wow.
And they asked me, do you interested? And I said, yeah. And
just like that.
Yes, that was it. And I go to Naarden, a few kilometers away from here. And there was one interview, and it was okay, and I could start.
So what makes you think? I mean, if looking back, how do you think you got that? Because I can imagine a lot of people who have a similar story like yours, you know, who are so interested in nature and have always been interested, but they didn't study that way. They studied marketing, and they went into advertising and PR and sales, and that's such a harder, different industry. Or when I say harder, I mean it's hard with all the targets.
Yes,
and why do you think they said come? What did you say? You actually hand wrote your CV?
No.
Okay.
No.
You typed out your CV.
I typed out my CV, and I brought it in person to the company, to Natuurmonumenten. And I thought it was my enthusiasm. Yes. What made it that they thought, maybe there's something in it, and I'm ambitious person, and I think they felt that, and I love the nature, and I want to do something with it. And it's in my job. It's also real important that you carry the people in the woods. You betrekken. You
attract, or
you attract the neighbors, our members. We have a lot of members, and you must talk with them and interact with them. And I think that's my power.
Yeah.
So I think that's also the reason why they say, you can go, and I do the translate from the nature and the real rangers who are very in it and very technical with the woods and the trees, and they know everything of anything from
little details.
Yes, to the big thing, and it's my job to make it easy and tell it to the public. So I think that's.
So you're more sort of the face, the representation of the woods, whereas those other guys or women who are really hardcore rangers, they're not so much able to interact with the other people.
They can do it, but they are more from the technical things, and I'm more from what do the public wants to hear.
The communication side.
Yes. So that's I think the reason that I get a job. And I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
And I think that's interesting, because they say that nothing in your past is a waste. You know, every step that you followed leads you to where you need to be and where you are now. And your involvement in the sales and the marketing and that those hard targets and having to be forced to interact with people in the streets, that's given you also a lot of confidence. And
that's true. Yes. For that, we also have here a target with the members, and I don't think it's real hard to talk with someone and ask them, do you want to be a member from Natuurmonumenten? And I noticed that in my informant, in my colleagues, they think, oh no, I don't want to ask that, because they think, no, I don't want a member, and
But for you, it's easy. Once you've sold to people on the streets.
Yes, with newspapers from for a year, and I never can get off it. And now I sell the woods. That's I sell the woods. That's a lot of
Because this is also what you're passionate about.
Yes.
But the skills that you learned back then was something you needed, and now you're just doing what you love.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So tell us about the day in the life of Hanne.
Now, most of the time I'm sitting at the office, like the most rangers, because the time that you walk in the woods, that's not now. That's that's passed away. We work a lot with aannemers, other people who make the paths going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They maintain the woods.
Yes, and we say what they must do. So I look with my colleagues to where can we do more recreation, and where we must do a quiet thing because of the animals. They must have a place to sleep, and where not all the people are.
A peaceful environment.
Yes. So it's the whole day we think about where can we do something, and where it must be quiet and peaceful. And I'm also with the routings. I'm how do you say it?
You're planning the paths and the routes for people to walk. And
yes, and I'm responsible for that, so that people don't lost. That's very.
How big is the area here?
This area is 400 vierkante meter.
Okay.
Do you know? Yeah.
400.
400.
Can't be 400. 400, not 400 vierkante meter, because that's like the size of a house almost.
Oh.
Or the size of a very big house. I'm not really good with my.
No, it's okay. It's real big. You can walk here over de Schravenlandse buitenplaatsen. That's the name of this. From 20 kilometers walk.
I see. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's
you can do a
not
small
vierkante
thing.
meter.
No, you can do a small thing, but you can also do the whole trip, and then you are 20 kilometers walking. So that's pretty.
Yeah, so you don't want to get lost.
No, yes, you don't want to get lost.
Yeah.
And I just do a lot of work from the media. So I tell them when we have a kingfisher or reigers. Do you know purple reigers? No, we have a lot of animals. They are zeldzaam. They are not
going extinct. Or they're on the endangered list?
Yes, yes, and we have that a lot of purple reiger. I don't know the English word, so purple reiger.
Yeah. Is that a bird?
No, it's what?
Is it a vogel?
Yeah, it's a vogel. Yeah, it's a vogel. It's a vogel. And we have a lot of that kind of animals. And I communicate with the public and with media to tell if it's going to be better with them or not, we must do something on it or not, and that's our.
So, because you're talking about the knowledge of the species of this forest, did you have to go and do then once you got the job? Did you go and do a course?
A course?
A course. Heb je studie gedaan?
Oh no, I do a lot of field work with my colleagues, so they tell me a lot about things, and I'm so interested. So when I'm home, I get a book and read something about trees, or and so you get.
It's just a natural interest.
Yes.
So you learn from just. Yes. You don't even realize you're learning because it's something that you love.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So 3 years ago, I don't know anything, and now I guess I can tell people a lot of the trees and the birds and other animals and the little planten.
The little plants.
Yeah. So it learns. You learn soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you love it, then it's easy. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a nice story.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I think. Actually, I just want to quickly go back because I want you to show you were going to tell us show us around the forest a bit. But so you were saying, I was asking you about the day in the life, and then we got distracted. But so of course you're doing a lot of office work, and then you're planning all the routes for people so they don't get lost, and you're interacting with the media. And what are the other things that you have targets as well? It's also a job.
Yeah, but not so much as in the marketing. No, it's a little bit different. But we have also a lot of arrangements with restaurants or cafes. We do things together so we can get more public in the woods. We do a lot of things that you can be on an excursion on the boat or with the ranger, and I manage that also. And
Okay.
I look at
So there's
the
also
info.
big water facilities here?
Yeah, in het Naardermeer, not here,
Okay.
but a little bit.
Yeah.
I have two
Locations.
and this is one, and I have the Naardermeer,
Oh,
and they are
okay.
totally different. So
Really?
the Naardermeer is a real nature. It's pure. I guess it's the best way to say. And you can only on the meer, just with the boat, with the ranger, and here you can go when you want, wherever you like.
Okay.
So it's totally different.
It's a bit more free here.
Yes.
So earlier on, you were saying that that this actually used to be the garden of the rich people's homes from the 17th century.
Yes, that's true. Yes, they have a lot of money. They come from Amsterdam, and in Amsterdam they make a lot of money, and they want to invest that. So they buy this Gooise grond, and first they put farms on it, but then they notice from it's very beautiful here. It's much better than in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam it was hot, it was stinky. There are rats on the street.
Back in the 17th century.
Back in the 17th century, of course. And they come over here and they build beautiful houses where we can live with 100 men, I guess, but they live there with one family. And they made beautiful gardens. So we are here in a garden from the rich people back in the 70s,
Wow.
17th century. And now we are 4 centuries further, and we want to carry it. So about 100 years, it's like this.
You want to retain it so that
Yes.
to preserve it so it stays
Yes.
as beautiful as this,
Yes, and it's everything you see here. There is thought about it. They make a slinger in things, or an opening in the wood so you can see the house, or they put the house some higher so it looks bigger.
Everything was planned and...
Yes, everything was planned, and they make it to show how rich they are.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a nice story.
And you were saying that you can walk through these woods and then suddenly there'll be a little surprise somewhere, like...
Yes, then you have a little water, and it seems like it's a big river, but it stops. So you think, oh, whoa, there's water here, and then you walk 3 meters further, and you think, this is a little thing, and that's all the time you see that kind of things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, can we look at something a bit later?
Yeah, we can do that. Yes.
Cool. Thanks. Well, I think what I really did want to ask you also is, what advice would you give? You know, you worked in environment. Let's start when you first finished studying with all the students. What advice, if you were to give advice to a room full of students who are choosing their careers, and they have to make a decision now because they need to make money, and like you did, what advice would you give them from where you are now and looking back?
Yeah, I think that you must do it from your heart. You must do something that you like, because every day you must go to your work, and when you go to work and you don't like it, it's very hard. And now I go every morning to the woods or to the office, and I guess, that's the most wonderful thing I can do. And I think that's the start. So you do something that you really like and love. Yeah.
Thanks, Hanne.
Yes, you're welcome.
So Hanne, we're standing in between one of the sort of the beautiful, interesting features that they would have made in the 17th century, and also what we were just looking at earlier was that's your office, that's the head office.
The head office, yeah. It's not my office.
It's not yours,
no.
but it's the head office
Yes.
of the nature reserve.
Yeah.
And that's one of the houses from the 17th century.
Yes, I guess this is built in the 18th centuries maybe,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's from a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you can see they made it lower here,
Yeah.
so it looks like the house is going higher.
Yeah.
So it's more status.
It gives more status.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same thing they did on the behind
Yeah.
with the Capitol.
Yeah.
They do the same thing, and you can see here it is a small water.
Uh-huh.
But when you're standing here, you can actually think that it's going to further there and it's going further there. But when you walk through the counter,
Yeah.
you say it so, and it stops. So when you're standing here, it's like, oh, there's a lot of water. Then it's not a lot of
just
water.
stops.
It's what you see. This is it.
But, okay, so that's what they made back then.
Yes.
And so all of this is what you guys are, I mean, obviously, and back in the woods, this is what you're preserving. This is what you want to keep.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want to keep it from the next generations,
Yeah.
so they can see how beautiful it was and how good people think about what they show to the other rich people. They want to show his richdom and his
And
welfare.
Why do you want to keep that?
Because it has a lot of stories in it. It's a big history. It goes back in the 16th century, 1600. They try to they want to build farms here, and now you have this. So from farms to this, we want to save it, and it's also a very nice place to be for people, but also for animals. There are a lot of birds here, little deers. I don't know the little deers,
little buck, little
dassen.
Yeah.
There are little animals.
you were showing me a picture of that earlier.
Yeah, we don't know the English word, but you have a lot here, and there are a lot of visitors here.
Yeah.
But daarnaast, you have
next to it,
you have all the animals who live here. So it could be together, and you can see it here real good. So you have here the nature, you have the history from the buildings, and this is made on with paintings.
Yeah.
And they do it here. They think about it and they made it here. Sorry for the phone.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry.
And you have the history, the
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's great. And you want to I want to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was just curious as to why they want to also keep the, because you talk about how in those days it was all about showing your richdom, your image, and and you talk about that and how they want to keep that picture, to show that picture,
They want to make it live,
make it accessible and live for people to see. Yeah, it's history.
Yeah,
and
it's history.
Yeah, we learn from that.
It's the same like you have a lot of castles, castles or forta. You know? Yeah, and they tell stories about how people think in another generation. So it's worth to.
It's nice. It's a nice
grow it. Yeah.
Perspective, huh?
Yeah.
Gives us perspective.
Yeah.
So just quickly before we finish off, when we were walking through here, it was so beautiful and serene, and I was picturing your life as a ranger, and you coming here every day. We were talking about what was important, if you gave advice to young people and what you would say, and you were saying that, follow your heart, follow your passion, because that's the most important thing, which it is.
Yeah.
Tell us also maybe, because it's not always, it's life. Life isn't always a beautiful picture. No. So what are the challenges that you face in this kind of role?
In this kind of role, it's you have a lot of people who think about the nature, and they want to say something about it, and a lot of people think that when Natuurmonument isn't there is also nature. But that isn't not the thing. When we don't.
If you're not here.
If you're not here, it could be that this was how do you say it? An office or a industry or some
People
kind of thing. So nature is not only nice to have, but it's also important for you to, for everyone, to get breath, to relax. It's good for your health. We need the nature, and I have the government in Holland. They don't have it so high on your list to take care of it. So we must do that, and that's a struggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they get people like you who have such a beautiful passion for it to come and help, and that's actually that's how the life is beautiful. That's how we create a beautiful life.
Yes.
If you're following your passion, then these struggles are easy to overcome.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hanne.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.